Hi everyone, in this video I will explain about problems with nouns in structure and written expression section of TOEFL. The same types of problems with nouns appear often in the written expression section of the TOEFL test. You should be familiar with these problems so that you will recognize them easily. You should be able to do the following. First, use the correct singular or plural noun. Second, distinguish countable and uncountable nouns. Third, recognize irregular singular and plural nouns. And the last one, distinguish the person from the thing. Jadi, dalam TOEFL, khususnya structure and written expression, untuk bisa menentukan kata benda dengan tepat dan benar, kalian harus memiliki skill berikutnya, menggunakan kata benda plural dan singular dengan benar, bisa membedakan kata benda yang dapat dihitung dan tidak dapat dihitung, kemudian bisa mengenali kata benda plural maupun singular yang tak beraturan, yang terakhir bisa membedakan kata benda mana yang person dan yang thing. Skill 1. Use the correct singular or plural noun. A problem that is common in the written expression section of the TOEFL test is a singular noun used where a plural noun is needed, or a plural noun used where a singular noun is needed. Example: 1 table, 3 were many dish. The lab assistant finished every task. In the first example, many indicates that the plural dishes is needed. In the second example, every indicates that the singular less is needed. In the written expression section of the TOEFL test, you should watch very carefully for keywords such as each, every, a noun, a one, and single that indicates that a noun should be singular. Jadi, Anda harus bisa memperhatikan kata kuncinya. Kalau ada each, every, a, one, dan single, itu mengindikasikan bahwa kata benda tersebut tunggal. Okay. You should also watch carefully for such keywords as many, several, both, various, and two, three, four, dan lain sebagainya, yang mengindikasikan bahwa kata benda tersebut adalah jamak. Jadi, kalau ada kata benda di depannya ada each, every, one, single, itu kata benda tersebut adalah tunggal. Namun, kalau ada kata seperti many, several, both, various, ya, kemudian ada satuan seperti dua, tiga, dan seterusnya, itu berarti kata bendanya jamak. The following chart lists the keywords that indicate to you whether a noun should be singular or plural. Now example for the exercise. Number 1. The automated shop stocked many parts of the various types of pundat. Salah ya. Kenapa? Karena nih ada kata many tetapi partnya itu masih kata benda tunggal, seharusnya parts. Oke, yang kedua, membedakan kata benda dapat dihitung dan kata benda tidak dapat dihitung. In English, nouns are classified as countable or uncountable. For certain questions on the TOEFL test, it is necessary to distinguish countable and uncountable nouns in order to use the correct modifiers with them. As the name implies, countable nouns are nouns that can be counted. Ya, kata benda dapat dihitung adalah kata benda yang bisa dihitung. Yes. Countable nouns can come in quantifiers of one or two or 100, dan sebagainya. The noun book is countable because you can have one book or several books. Uncountable nouns, on the other hand, are nouns that cannot be counted because they come in some interminate quantity or mass. A noun such as milk or happiness cannot be counted. You cannot have one milk or two milks, and you cannot find one happiness or two happinesses. Salah. Uncountable nouns are often liquid items such as water, oil, or shampoo. Uncountable nouns can also refer to abstract ideas such as security, friendship, or hope. It is important for you to recognize the difference between countable and uncountable nouns when you come across such keywords as much and many. Okay, the following chart lists the keywords that indicate to you whether a noun should be countable or uncountable. Nah, kalau ada kata benda di depannya seperti menu, kemudian number, few, fewer, itu artinya kata bendanya bisa dihitung. Tetapi kalau ada kata benda kemudian di depannya ada kata much, amount, little, less, itu artinya kata benda tersebut tidak bisa dihitung. Jadi ketika jamak pun tidak perlu ditambahkan s. Oke, langsung ke latihan nomor 2 ya. The police had few opportunities to catch the thief who had committed a large amount of crimes. Lihat, few. Kata setelah few adalah kata benda yang bisa dihitung. Bila mana jamak, maka ditambahkan s. Tidak benar. Kemudian, amount. Ya, seharusnya crimes tidak perlu ditambahkan s. Kenapa enggak? Karena bukan karena merupakan uncountable nouns. Berikutnya, recognize irregular plurals of nouns. Many nouns in English have irregular plural, and these irregular forms can cause confusion in the written expression section of the TOEFL test. The irregular forms that are the most problematic are plural forms that do not end in s. Example: different criteria was used to evaluate the performers. In this example, the plural noun criteria looks singular because it does not end in s. You might incorrectly assume that it is singular because there's no final s. However, criteria is a plural noun, so the singular purpose used is incorrect. The first should be the plural form, were. Let's see. Kalau silabi bagaimana ya? Jamak atau tunggal? Oke. Silabi itu jamak. Tunggalnya adalah silabus. Jadi harusnya pakai all bukan is. Oke. Kemudian berikutnya adalah distinguish the person from the thing. Membedakan orang dengan benda. Nouns in English can refer to persons or things. Sometimes in the written expression section of the TOEFL test, the person is used in place of the thing, or the thing is used in place of the person. Contohnya, Rob Nader is an authorization in the field of consumer affairs. There are many job opportunities in accounting. Indefinite example, authorization is incorrect. Ya, kalimat pertama kata authorization itu kurang tepat because authorization is a thing and proprietor is a person. Proprietor itu orang, ya. Authorization itu thing. Jadi the person authority should be used in this sentence. In the second example, accountant is incorrect because accountant is a person and the field in which an accountant works is accounting. Nah, person or thing. It is common to confuse a person with a thing in written expression section of the TOEFL test. Kemudian yang kedua, this type of question generally appears near the end of the written expression section. In the evening, he relaxes in front of the fire and writes long poems. He person poet itu adalah person, harusnya poetries, write long poetries, karyanya ya. Langsung ke nomor 3. The sculptor works from sunrise until sunset on his new project. Oke, sculpture itu adalah hasilnya, karyanya. Harusnya orang ya yang di sini ya. Jadi nomor 3 pun juga salah. She has received several awards for research in engineer. Engineer itu juga profesi. Ya, kalau bidangnya harusnya engineering.